Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, August 10th. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. My name is Sade Campbell. I'm the Enrollment Communications Manager and your co-host for today. Joining me as a co-host is Benjamin Escobar, and who goes by Benji. And he's going to kick things off by letting you know how to find our show.
Hello, hope everybody's having a good day. We are live on the Houston Community College District page, not just Houston Community College, but Houston Community College District page, or not HCC, sorry. You can also find us on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and we have our own TV channel where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Awesome. Thank you, Benji. Today, we're going to talk to Carolyn Staraya from HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences. She'll be discussing a growing healthcare field that is finding better ways to coordinate patient records. Good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here.
Awesome. We are pleased to have you. We will be with you shortly, you and Benji shortly. But first, we're going to get a construction management overview straight from the Architectural and Design Construction Center of Excellence here at HCC. Joining us to discuss this is Michael Ross, Program Coordinator for Construction Management, Architectural Design, and our Construction Center of Excellence. Welcome back to the show, Mike.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad to be here. I'd like to give some explanation of what you're in for when you go look at construction management. Related to architecture and engineering. First and foremost, from my perspective, I started out as an architect, been in the business for 40 plus years in the architecture, engineering, construction. I've developed a program around construction management relative to general construction. General construction is mainly related to, and I equate it as an analogy, as a band director or a quarterback, to do a construction project, those who have not been involved, it takes it from concept to completion. Most people think construction starts when they see people out in the field, they see machines, dirt moving around, equipment coming on the field, but construction actually starts well before that, in my opinion. What the program tells you or teaches you is from concept as far as an idea, preparation, what to look for, site preparation as far as development goes, utilities, all the concepts or completions, boundary surveys, things that need necessary prior to construction, the beginning. The construction manager, people think also, in my opinion, is that their job starts, like I said, when the construction starts. Actually, even well before that, you get involved in pre-scheduling, you get involved in pre-bidding or budgeting process well in advance. The program takes you from that, which is from concept, the ideas, site preparation, and then it gets turned over to the architects and engineers. Their deliverables are what? Drawings and specifications. Those are the quote unquote site experts. The architect mainly is involved in design, from concept to design, takes owners, and then a field of engineers they hire from civil engineering, structural engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and plumbing. Together, they put together a set of drawings and specs, which you, as a construction manager, will take. And on top of that is bid. And prior to that is budgeting. And then you take that you're the band director. In other words, you're the leader. The whole purpose of the program, or main thing centers around the program, is leadership. There's a lot difference between leadership, in other words, driving the train versus riding on the train. Leadership position understands all the players. You're the quarterback, you're the band director. You're not out there physically doing the work, unless of course it's voluntarily, but you're directing all the way from the beginning, scheduling, budgeting. When you budget or bid on a project, that's filling up the gas tank of from a monetary standpoint, the project. As the project runs, all the bidding and budgeting and contracts, everything runs through you as a construction manager. Part of success is knowing who to communicate with. Construction management, a big surrounding construction management, is communication. That's success versus failure, okay? And the program teaches you who, what, where, and how to communicate from concept to completion, all the way from permits, which it surrounds with building codes, there's zoning codes, there's handicap regulations, even healthcare has their own regulations, all the way to the inspections, which you do within the authorities having jurisdiction, in other words, cities, all the way to the certificate of occupancy, and how to work with the subs and who works for you out in the field. Yes.
It sounds. I just want to pause for a moment. You are giving such great information, and it sounds like you all in the building out of this curriculum have taken a lot of intentionality and looking at what skill sets somebody that's been an executor has to have to move into that next role. So for anybody that's listening that has been in the trenches doing that work, and you're wondering, okay, how do I move up? How do I upskill and get to that next level? It sounds like you all have really built out this curriculum and helped them understand all those sides that they don't get to see when they're doing the work.
Yes, we give you all the tools. See, that when you're in the field, primarily, your tools, think about it, as a carpenter, is hammer, saw, drill, etc., a mason, this and that, and air conditioning. As a construction manager, your tools are more based on communication tools. They're computer-based. We provide many spreadsheets that help you develop estimates, schedules. These are something that you can take away from the program. And I say to every student, do not reinvent the wheel. What we give you is the wheel already invented. You can customize it. You can do whatever you need to do to make it your own. One thing good about construction from an education standpoint, okay, compared to like medical or legal, medical and legal, most people know from an education level, there's a high priority in education level in those two curriculums. Construction, it's more based on performance. And performance in our program is based on understanding, communication, using the tools that are given to you, organize, standardize, because construction it's a minefield. You're directing many different subcontractors, and there's so many legalese out there that are willing to predict that you'll disaster. But a good construction manager has to have the education and the fortitude to carry the project. That's the main thing, is to understand who, what, where, because there's in the construction business, there's a check and balance built in. They're called submittals, subcontracts, they're called shop drawings. It's a process. You have to understand it and be successful. And the program gives you that, from building inspection all the way through final certificate of occupancy.
That is phenomenal to hear. And I think a term that's used so much now is knowledge work. And that's really what it sounds like you're describing. You're taking somebody who is doing valuable work, but it's physical, and you're taking them and saying, okay, here's how you move into this knowledge workspace.
Yes. A lot of people think honestly, my experience is a lot of people that haven't been involved in the managerial side, right? Think installing air conditioner, installing electrical, from a trade standpoint. But you're actually managing the trade. It's like a chess master, right? A chess master has to understand the moves and the ins and outs of each of the pieces in order to be successful at the game. Construction management is no different. You will learn all the trades, their ins and outs, but you also learn contracts, insurance. You'll learn liabilities such as lien laws and things like that. And your tools are standard logs and formats using your vendors. Your vendors become your chess pieces.
I'm sorry. I love your analogy around toolkit. Like, you have a new set of tools
you do
to work with, because that's incredible to not start from ground zero, regardless of what industry you're in. You're able to take those templates and say, okay, I'm equipped with what I need to do to go straight into the workforce.
And sure, I said I had 40 years in the business, and that's not exaggerating. I've had 40 years in the business. And then all the tools that I give to the students have been developed around those, and they've been used in the real life experiences, not just in the academic world. Believe me, the trenches are a little tougher, and and I tell the students, this is practice. This is practice. When you get out there, it's dog eat dog. Use this stuff. Yeah, exactly. I said, take this stuff and use it for your good. Customize it, whatever you do. Don't reinvent the wheel.
And as we wrap out, what certifications and degree opportunities? Is this an associate's program? Let people know what options they have.
Yes, you can go for an associate's program, which is typically around 2 years. Okay, and there's certificates. There's a building inspection specialization certificate, and that's 1 year. And the other certificate is a general certificate. Is if you want to be a general contractor. Okay. And then one thing about the state of Texas, you don't have to have a license to be a general contractor.
Oh, wow.
You can yes.
No, I was saying it sounds like you all have the certifications that the industry needs. If somebody wants to go on and fully get that degree program, you have the options. And fall enrollment, it's still open. There's still time to be a part of our fall semester. I want to thank Mike for coming on, Program Director for the Construction Management, part of our Architectural Design and Construction Center of Excellence. We'll have information posted after the show to learn more about how you can enroll. Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
And we will head right on over to Benji, who is featuring one of our other programs here at HCC.
Yeah, we're moving on to Carolyn Starija, a faculty member of the Health Information Technology Services program of the HCC Coleman College for Health Services. Welcome to the show, Carolyn.
Thank you for that welcome. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
to start off, health information management, sort of to give a general overview of the program, it basically professionals manage healthcare. And when we manage that healthcare and we manage it effectively and efficiently, it certainly does lead to effective patient outcomes. And we have to remember that health information is very much confidential, and we have to manage it in a way that it is always maintaining integrity and that it is always delivered in a timely fashion. Now, health information is a field that has been around since 1928. It is a field that isn't very well known at all. A matter of fact, it wasn't until Obamacare came about that really gave an emphasis, because the stimulus package focused on the electronic health record, the EHR. So when that happened, then many students and many people began to want to get into this program. You have to remember that the program to access this program is through the college, Coleman College of Health Sciences is the path to this profession. Health information does, of course, have a credential, and I'll talk a little bit about that at the later time. But what we do is we maintain medical records, and when we do that, there's a variety of different jobs that can be held in health information. So always remember that also. The program at Houston Community College is a 2-year program. The program is online. Our students do have to take a practicum 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that 4th practicum is on-site practicum. So the students do have to go to a healthcare facility in order to get training and with that particular practicum. We also have 2 certificates in this program. We have a level 1, which is an analyst certificate. And we have, in that analyst certificate, it's about 9 months. Whereas we have a level 2, which is a coding certificate, and it is a little over 1 year to complete. Both of our certificates, both of the certificates, the classes that are in those certificates, they do roll over to the associate's degree. It is a program that, as I stated, it's online and has been at the Houston Community College many years. I have taught at the college for 21 years. Our department chair is Dr. Carla Tyson Howard. She has taught 30 plus years. I have been in the profession for, I was counting today, this morning, how many years I was in that profession, for approximately 35 years now. And she probably has closer to 40 years at the college. We are the only two faculty that teach at the college. I am faculty plus the clinical coordinator, so I do place students for the practicums and manage the coordination of that particular duty. And she is the program director, and we do have adjunct faculty that also assist with us.
So we have very experienced people here with service in the field for multiple years, you could say. So what really attracts people to a career in health information technology? What would you say was that kick for you, or what do you see a lot of in the students?
What I see a lot of is students want to, a lot of health information, we work from home, and a lot of the job duties are homebound and people like that. There's several other things that people want to work in healthcare, but not everyone is able to work with direct patient care. They cannot work with the one-on-one patient, and we are sort of in the background, and we provide not patient care, but one of the most vital things is the health record. In order for that care to be provided, a doctor has to know what another doctor has done in order to continue the care, and that is very important to people. They want to be in healthcare, but not the blood and guts type of thing. And also, many people think it's a very professional career, and many people like that also. And it is a career that has a lot of advancement and a very competitive salary.
Okay. And what type of environments do graduates work in? And do graduates need a credential to work in that field?
Graduates do need a credential to work in this field. The credential is a RHIA, Registered Health Information Technician credential. And in order to get a job, in the past, students could get jobs, and you still can, like at doctor's offices, and they may not request for a credential. But in order to work in a hospital, you must have a credential. And students can work anywhere that offers patient care. They can work in hospitals, doctors' clinics. They can work in long-term care facilities, home health care facilities, hospice facilities. They can also work in pharmaceutical companies, IT consulting companies. So it is a wide range of placements for students to go and work. And that's why the field is so opened. And I think I was looking in the statistics for advancement in this program. This program in the United States Census is 11% growth is what they expect in the upcoming years to 2028. It will continue to grow. And the reason being is because of the electronic health record. There's so much involvement in that system.
Yeah, they're transitioning a lot of those records electronically on computers, which makes it even easier. But is the environment fast paced? What do people expect out of a job like this?
The environment is depending on the job that you can do, and keep in mind there's many different jobs that you can do within this field, and that's what the pace depends on. If you work in a hospital, I've worked different environments, and I find a hospital is very slow compared to a doctor's office. So I've worked in a multidisciplinary clinic, similar to like Kelsey Sibo, and that was a very fast environment. But I was in a management position, and then I've worked in a hospital, and it was a slower type of environment. It's very challenging. You have to know medical terminology, pathophysiology, pharmacology. So you have to know everything that the nurses know, because you're communicating with physicians, but you're also reviewing that record. And we are the ones that should be finding the deficiencies in those records that exist, because we want to make sure that the outcomes, if you have deficiencies and they're not caught, and then a patient is given a medication they should not be given, then it certainly does affect their outcome. But there's many different skills that you must know. You must be a person that is very analytical, that you can catch errors and things. You must be able to be a person that is has an understanding of confidentiality, and that you have to keep things to yourself and things of that nature.
Awesome. So with Houston having the world's largest medical center, what's the market like here for health IT workers?
Well, it's wonderful. And the thing about it is Coleman College is right in the heart of the medical center. It's located right in the heart. And I think that was one of the most awesome things that they could do, because we find it much easier to try to place students, and we have so much opportunity out there for student placement. And our current students at Houston Community College, and I call them mine and Dr. Tyson does, because they are ours. We sort of develop them and help them move on and get a good career and really reinvest in themselves. Our population is average age is 34. Most students have had a previous career and they come back and they go into health information. And the market out there, many students take a practicum 4. When they take that practicum 4, many of my students get hired from there after they take their practicums. I had 2 that went to a lawyer's office this past semester, which was over, just finished for summer 22. 2 students were hired at that lawyer's office. So the opportunity for employment is very good. One thing about health information is we're a small field. Many people think there's so many people working in this field, but everyone sort of knows each other. And so you have to be able to, sell yourself and get to meet people and keep up with the profession.
Awesome.
You will get a job. There's no doubt.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And these are the type of stories that I love to hear. Myself as a student here at HCC, love to hear that people finish your degree, of course, but that even before you finish your degree, you're already looking for a job out there, and you basically have a foot in the door already. So thank you so much, Carolyn.
Can I add one thing just to that before we end? And I did want to say one very vital thing is that we did, and when COVID started, we were like, how are we going to place these students? How are they going to get the training? So we did start a Texas Intercollegiate professional practice. And so what we've done is we meet with other colleges, baccalaureate and associates, and we get professionals to come in and talk online to our students and offer advice and tell them different things that they do in order to help develop the student to make a decision of where their best fit is also.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all the information you gave us today. Carolyn Sturija, the faculty member with the Health Information Technology Services program of HCC Coleman College for Health Services. We'll have all the information you gave us and everything on our post after our show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, we had a great lineup today to learn more about HCC's programmatic offerings. We're going to close out with a couple of news and announcements. One of the biggest announcements that made more recently is about our Smoke Free at HCC initiative. Joining a nationwide movement that addresses tobacco use, HCC adopted 100% tobacco vape-free policy, and that is with the support from a grant of the Truth Initiative, which is a public health organization that builds a culture where all young people reject tobacco. Our policy prohibits the use of cigarettes, e-cigarettes, cigars, cigarillos. I think that's the first time I've seen that. Hookah, smokeless tobacco, and other smokeless products on campus, and it applies to anyone and any campus property, including faculty and staff. And you may be wondering why HCC adopted this policy. Benji, can you help people understand and take a moment to consider the stats that led us to this decision?
Yes. So some of these U.S. stats are more than 2,500 higher education institutions have gone smoke-free, people. Also, today, 34 million Americans ages 18 and above still smoke. Tobacco use remains the number one cause of preventable death, which imagine how many deaths we could have prevented. And then secondhand smoke causes cancer, cardiovascular disease, among other diseases, which are responsible for more than 41,000 deaths among non-smoking adults. Look at how much we can prevent by just quitting smoking or being smoke free as a campus. So this is good what we're doing here. And research shows that young people who reported ever using e-cigarettes were up to 5 times more likely to test positive for COVID.
Well, I mean, if you want to wrap out with that stat, HCC wants to remind all faculty and staffs and students that smoking cessation resources are available. We'll have the link for more information posted after the show. Going from physical health right into mental health, we have our mental wellness support groups focused on coping skills coming up, offered by our counseling department. This month's HCC Virtual Mental Wellness Support Group is open to all students ages 18 and older, and will focus on coping skills and wellness. It will be happening at 3:30 p.m. today, Wednesday, August 10th on WebEx. Check the information posted after the show for details to join.
And we have a fall registration raffle. Get $500 for free with our fall 2022 registration open. HCC's registration fairs are a great opportunity to get personalized enrollment support at multiple campus locations during the weekend. And those who attend will be entered to a chance to win a $500 scholarship and giveaways. This is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays, August 13th and the 20th. And we'll have that link on our post after the show.
Absolutely. The goal of those events are to help you take that next step to enroll. Fall registration is still open, and there's still time to join the Eagle family, whether it's an online, in-person class, and you learn more about our programs today. So definitely encourage you to attend our upcoming events to get Saturday support. Coming up next on Up to the Minute this week, we will have the chair tomorrow of the cosmetology department, who will return to talk about the many programs under that umbrella. And hint, it's not just learning how to style hair, though that is very important. It's eyelash extensions, facials, and so much more. And they make good money too. So, and also for Thursday Family Fun Day, we will welcome back National Buffalo Soldier Museum, which is housed right here in Houston and right across the street from our HCC Central campus. So tune in for the rest of this week. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Up to the Minute.